When the Sixers visited the Bucks last night, we got the marquee matchup of two of the brightest young stars the NBA has to offer, Giannis Antetokounmpo versus Joel Embiid, and they did not disappoint. While the one-on-one battle caught our eye, it was someone else who helped decide the fate of this game. But let's dissect Giannis versus Embiid for a minute. Brett Brown opted to guard the long-limbed point guard with his big man, and while the Greek Freak detonated for 52 points, 7 assists, and 16 rebounds, he only went 5 for 12 for 12 total points, while Embiid was the primary defender. It didn't start out well at all for Giannis, as his eyes lit up seeing Embiid back there, but with all the space they give him, Embiid can close the angle and get away with a little body contact on the wild miss. And the Giannis sag is a real thing. As Embiid dares him to take the three early, Giannis lets the ball get too far from his body on the way up, making the rhythm inconsistent as he tosses up a brick. With Embiid able to back up like this, he can simply wait for Giannis to go up after the Euro step and just send it back to whence it came. Giannis continued to attack, and he kept getting point-blank shots at the rim, but no whistle from the refs and no roll from the rim. But you can't keep giving up these kind of shots to a player as good as him. Wait a minute, they missed an obvious travel. You can't lift off the right foot, gather, then land on the same foot like this. Can you hear me shaking my head? Giannis got going with a surprising three-pointer off the dribble, especially considering Embiid made a good attempt to contest the shot. And Giannis takes advantage of so much room to get going to the hoop quick, and the refs have to call something on this much contact. It was the third quarter where Antetokounmpo really got going. Eventually, you're not going to be able to stop him if you let him get into the paint this easily. They did try Simmons on him a little bit, and I gotta be honest with you, I didn't think it'd be this easy to get a bucket. With Embiid back on him, no real pressure until he's in the lane, decent job to wall him off, and a nice one-foot fadeaway with a high release for the swish. Clearly, Brett Brown wanted to guard Giannis with a center to stop him from posting up smaller players and lure him into outside jumpers. But I just feel bad for Boban, don't you? Now let's examine how Embiid filled up his stat line to the tune of 40 points, 6 assists, and 15 rebounds. In transition, he pins Giannis back down almost to the baseline, and check how Jimmy Butler knocks him out of the way as some sort of pseudo screen, allowing the easy bank shot. This time, we got Giannis guarding Embiid in the perimeter, who promptly puts him in the blender, putting on a dribbling exhibition before the incredibly soft touch fadeaway from the baseline goes in. I think Redick really wanted the alley-oop on this out-of-bounds play, right? But check the special sauce. As he cuts back to set a cross screen on Embiid's man, Bledsoe has no idea what's happening, so doesn't call the screen, nor does he switch, and it's an easy lob for the smosh. Brook Lopez is simply not the defender they want on Embiid, and the Sixers want to make this crystal clear as they clear out the side. However, as we've shown in the Ben Simmons video last week, when Simmons hangs out in this area, it screws with the spacing and allows the weak side to more easily help. Simmons doesn't shoot this one for some reason. Now the defense has recovered, but no matter when your 7-foot center can step back off the dribble from behind the three-point arc. What? Here's a cool little wrinkle to Spain pick and roll. They curl Redick off of Embiid before he sets the ball screen. Watch Redick try to backscreen Lopez, but they throw in the baseline backdoor cut here, and had Embiid been cutting, it would have been absolutely perfect, but instead, Lopez has enough time to get embarrassed with the creative floater. If you thought I was a bit harsh in that assessment, okay, here's what getting embarrassed really looks like as Embiid pops, fakes, drives, spins, and scores with the and one. For Bucks fans, it was a frustrating home loss against a potential playoff opponent, and one can only look at Mirotic and Bledsoe going a combined 6 for 21 as the main culprit. Mirotic is an average three-point shooter at best, but even still, you'd expect him to make a few of these wide-open threes he got. However, he just couldn't get his rhythm down, and the Bucks desperately missed his production in 24 minutes of playing time. I've expressed my frustration with Bledsoe before, much to Bucks fans' chagrin, but some issues popped up in this game. Case in point, on this drive into the teeth of the defense and one of the best rim protectors in the game, he has to see the easy and open pass to Middleton in the corner for a three. Looking at his career, there is no other conclusion to make than Bledsoe is a bad three-point shooter. So, someone should just tell him he cannot take an off-the-dribble three if there are more than 8 seconds on the shot clock. And if he catches it, waits for a second, and then shoots a three-pointer with more than 10 seconds on the shot clock, let him go sit next to Budenholzer for a few. That said, he had a couple of drives to the hoop he normally makes. So Bucks fans should feel a couple of more buckets here or there change the outcome of this game, and no one's worrying about this matchup as much. But the ultimate key to this game was neither Giannis or Embiid. It was Jimmy Butler, who, time and again, hit key baskets to thwart a Bucks comeback. And it was the epitome of hero ball, putting the team on his back for a 15-dribble isolation with no passing whatsoever and a contested step-back long two that the Bucks were happy to give up, but sad to see go in. We got a 7-dribble isolation to the left wing, good contest by Connaughton, but another sub-average three-point shooter Cole knocks this one down. Our friends Mirotic and Bledsoe get in the act together on the defensive end, and it's unclear why Mirotic would have ever thought running away like this was a good idea. Impressive finish by Jimmy Butler to go up, over, and through Giannis at point-blank range for the layup. And this time, with Giannis on him at the perimeter and an 11-point lead, he rubs off the Embiid screen, gets into the lane, and this sweet floater drops in, icing the game and giving the Bucks a lot to think about as these two teams approach the playoffs and the potential conference finals matchup.
Oh, hey, good to see everybody. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, then I've got something really special for you. A free video that you can only get by clicking on the link below. It'll break down my 3 favorite actions, and I guarantee you'll love it. So what are you waiting for? I'll see you on the other side of that link. Don't forget to subscribe to BBallBreakdown and adjust your settings so you'll get notified right away. You in?